Hey guys, happy Friday. Corinne here from Christina Lake Fitness. So listen, I'm going to finish up our talk today on making mindset shifts for lasting weight loss or any other goal today. So you may have caught the other two videos I've done. I did one this Tuesday, I think, and then a couple last week. I'm going to finish up today by reviewing all those tips I shared, 6 really good tips I shared. And I've got some notes because there's no way I'm going to remember these all. And then I've got a few new ones to share with you as well, because the way I say things or the ideas I share may not resonate with everyone in the same way. So I've just kind of got a spin on how you look at things and a few more ideas. And then bonus, I'm going to share with you, if you stick on long enough to watch, we should be done within 10 minutes, some standing core exercises, because I know everybody needs a stronger core. Summer season is just around the corner, right? Bathing suit season, short season, and tightening up our midsection, working on our core is a collective goal for all of us. So I'm going to share that, guys, too. Now, if you have any friends or family members as well, I'm not sure if you can share from our private group, but please like and share the video, and that would be great. And hello, Tammy, you've joined me. All right, guys, so let's start from the beginning and go over those mindset shifts. I feel this is so important to get down and try. Pick 1 or 2 of these mindset shifts if you are struggling with your goals, or if you're struggling with starting and stopping again, or being consistent. You know, pushing through on willpower alone will not get you there in the end, right? We got to look at this as a long-term strategy. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We can all do the sprint for 3 or 4 weeks, but then we burn out, our willpower fades, we get decision fatigue, and we've really got to get into a new mindset to make these lasting results. So number 1 tip I talked about was journaling. All right, so when we journal, we can start to really put the pieces together and notice where we struggle, right? Notice where we do well, notice what we like and don't like. So you can journal beginning of the day, reflect back on the day before, at the end of the day, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can just be a few short notes. Maybe if you've got a day planner, on the side of your day planner, were you struggling with your water? Were you great up until dinner, and then every night, you know, things go down? Maybe you're skipping dinner. What is it? And where you struggle, right? The healthy habits you need to work on to help build a healthier, fitter you, right? So journaling is one of those things can really help, because when you go to look back, you're going to forget what you felt like a week ago, right? And you'll start to see a pattern, and it's going to force you to take action if you really want to make changes, right? You're going to take a look at it, and the writing is on the wall. So that was tip number 1. It's not the lack of exercise, right? Or the meal plan, right? It's usually the extras that we kind of put in and add on that usually get us off track. Number 2 was focus on what you can change and let go of what you can't. This is a big one. I've talked about this one and used myself as an example. I'm not running anymore. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to get down on it and keep repeating what I can't do. I'm walking, I'm power walking, I'm doing lots of Pilates and other things I can enjoy. If you've got a shoulder injury going on, don't use that as an excuse. Find what you can do instead of telling yourself what you can't, right? There's that really helps get that positive mindset going, and just catch yourself, make the shift and rephrase it, right? Number 3, kind of connected, replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts, right? So cutting that chatter when we're telling ourselves, oh, I'm too tired, I'm too stressed, I deserve this, I've had a bad day, I worked hard all week, whatever that is. And you could be using your journal to notice when this happens. I was guilty of this for so many years. And if you can believe it, I was close to 20 pounds heavier than I am now, feeling crappy. I was exercising like crazy, right? Thinking I was eating good, and I was for the most part. But by the time the weekend came, I would shift gears, feel I deserved to eat what everyone else was eating at the time, or I was too lazy to cook something, and we'd make big homemade pizza nights, right? Where I'd have more than I needed, drink more beer than I needed, on and on and on. And I'd find myself every Monday starting back over, frustrated, not getting anywhere. It would take me till Friday to reset. And then I'd get into that bad cycle. I don't know what I was telling myself in my head. I'd worked hard. I was tired. I just wanted to watch the hockey game with a lot of pizza and beer, which is fine if it was only Friday night. But then it set me off for actually the entire weekend. That was years ago. So I've moved beyond that. So we don't want to keep starting over Monday. That is no fun. So stop that negative chatter and that person telling you something that just isn't true. Now, Tuesday, the next 3 tips I talked about. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend, right? Or your spouse, or your daughter, a family member. So if they were saying what you're saying in your own head, how would you get them to push through their struggles? Because you know you want them to be healthier. You know you want them to be happier, and they're struggling with the choices. What advice would you give them, and how would you help them, right? That's a good way to sort of flip this switch in your own mind. Talk to yourself, turn it around as if you're talking to a friend, because I would hope you would not agree with a friend if you know she was struggling with this and wanted to skip out or trying to lose weight, and every Friday night she was asking you to go for chicken wings and beer. I would hope you would not encourage her and say, yeah, you need more chicken wings and beer, let's do it. No, I would hope you would talk to your friend and say, hey, you know what, let's go for a walk and get maybe some sushi after or something, right? So talk to yourself as you would a friend. Number 5 was staying accountable with somebody else other than yourself, right? So like in our group here, this is awesome. That's what it's for. Share your struggles with someone in the group, ask for feedback, right? Stay accountable. Hey guys, who's done their workout today? Or get your husband, your family member, a friend, a workout buddy on board. Make a commitment, make a plan. Notice where you struggle. Is it we got a cat creeping around. Is it every Friday at the end of the week? Your breaking point. Well, maybe you need to schedule in a walk with a girlfriend or a massage or something else that's going to make you feel good and go, I need that. Number 6 was planning. Okay, this is big to help shift that mindset, right? Because when we don't plan and we're stressed out and we have too many decisions to make, it just does not help have a positive growth mindset to reach our goals. I talked about needing a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Growth meaning we know there's going to be challenges. We anticipate failure, we learn from our mistakes, and we keep growing, and we're excited to learn, right? Things can always get better, and we can change on that. So planning really helps the mindset, even though planning isn't really a mindset thing. Plan your meals for the next day, the day before. So I always have my water bottles filled. I know what I'm going to have for breakfast. Say it's my shake ready, my snacks packed in my wig for going. I have a salad ready, so I know I have a lunch, chicken cooked, whatever it is. And then do your weekly planning and shop 6 to 7 days in advance. And that's big too. When you've got the groceries and you've got the good foods, it's going to make it that easier, and schedule your workouts in like you would any other appointment. All right. 8 minutes. Okay, I'm almost done. So today I got some new tips. I was, reading more about this, and this is what we're working on with my coaching group. I'm just reading what you're writing, Tammy. Okay, we're going to get to the standing course soon. And I thought of a few more things I wanted to share with you. And again, like I said, it's all kind of the same stuff, but phrased in another way. So focus on the addition method rather than the subtraction method. So what can I add in that's going to crowd out the stuff I don't want in? And seriously, this works. Adding in more water, adding in more salads, not thinking I have to take away, or what can't I have. But if you just start with something simple like adding in more water 5 days a day, you're going to feel fuller, you're going to cut your cravings, and you'll make better choices. Adding in more workouts, adding in more movement, adding in greens at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you know what? If you make yourself do that, you're most likely not going to go on and splurge, lose track with what your meal plan is, right? And the healthy choices you make. So adding in versus subtraction. And that helps your mindset. It's flipping that switch again. Now, if you don't like journaling, some people like to make a vision board. They keep, it could be a small one or a larger one. Keep a vision board next to your office, your desk, in your bedroom, or wherever, and putting up little reminders, positive quotes, pictures of yourself, things that make you feel happy, motivated, inspired. Instead of writing little, I did a vision board once years ago, and I just use sticky notes and that worked. Okay, just little sticky notes of little reminders or quotes or habits I was working on. That worked really well. It can be very simple if you don't like journaling. Focus on how you feel, not the number on the scale, because it's so much more than the number on the scale. And I know the number on the scale can be disappointing at times. It can move slower than you'd like to move at times if weight loss is your goal. And that can feel depressing. It can feel negative. It can make you feel like it's not working, right? When it really is. There's changes going on inside your body. It is working. So you've got to just keep going, and you got to remind yourself of what is changing. How do you feel? There's lots of things. I'm sure you're going to notice when you start eating better and you're exercising more, you're sleeping better, right? You lose that afternoon energy slump, you're standing taller, all those things, right? Even if the number on the scale doesn't change, you know you're building muscle and size, your body composition is changing, okay? And I know that can be frustrating because a lot of us have a number in our head where we felt good at, but if you're stuck on that number, try focusing on how you feel and then jump back on the number maybe 2 weeks later. Hello, Kelsey. All right, guys. Growth mindset is my last tip here almost. Means we do not run from failure. We actually anticipate, right? So we're all going to have bad days. We're going to have missed workouts that we well intended to do. And there's going to be days where we go overboard with that big on, look back at the situation, right? And decide what you can do better next time at the end of it, right? So it's going to be perfect. For perfect, it's about progress, right? And keep going. I do have one more. Change the system, not the symptom. If this makes any sense, changing our behavior, like I said, about going hard. It's not about necessarily willpower and motivation, which many of us think it's about. And we're like, oh my God, I don't have the willpower. How do you stay motivated? Quite often it's the system, not the symptom. So if we look at our environment and what's going on and what we can change and do to set ourselves up for success. So building an environment that supports your goals and your success. Do that kitchen clean out, guys, right? So if you don't have a healthy environment that's going to set you up for success, you haven't got your friends and family on board, you've still got junk in the house, you don't even have a pair of workout shoes yet or a mat, right? If we don't have all that, how are you going to make progress on willpower and motivation alone? It's going to be pretty darn tough. So get a system in place and setting up your environment is going to make a difference. All right, we are ready for standing core. So I hope you guys learned something off of all of that. It's a huge topic. I shared tons with you, but pick one thing. Pick two things, try it. If that doesn't work for you, try another. And I hope just even one of those things sticks in your heads and helps push you past that point where you feel stuck if you are. So standing core, right? So a lot of us have back things going on, or maybe we just don't even want to get down to the floor. We want a little mini break at work. Core is not just our abs. It's not just that six pack. It's the deep transverse abdominals that run underneath. It's our pelvic floor. It's our glutes, our hips, and then spinal extensors. These all work. So number one, these are going to be really easy, guys. We're going to step, balance, lift, okay? Now you can make this harder with a band, okay? And what I don't want you to do is this. We're trying to stand tall. Now we can also make it harder and go 3, 2. I'm really pulling in tight. Last one. You could jump a little. And 3, and 2, and 1. Now, if you don't understand what I mean by engaging your core, if you put those fingers right in front of those hip bones, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. You can feel those deep muscles engage, right? Step and side lift. So this is working our glutes, our glute medius, and it's working your core. It doesn't have to be big abdominal exercises. It doesn't have to be planks on our shoulders. Doing these for 30 seconds is going to help fire up that core and get it to turn on throughout your day-to-day activities. It doesn't all have to hurt and be hard. All right, leg out. Next exercise. This works our obliques. It's going to work this hip and balance. Now, you could, of course, hold on to something, right? So we're trying to shorten that distance. from the hip up to the rib cage and tighten. Breathe out and reach. Breathe out and reach. So you're working balance. You're also working the muscles that run up and down your spine. Good. And you do 30 seconds on one side. Squeeze and pull. All right, switch sides. Other one's going to come up. Balance, soft knee, and scroll. Good. And the beauty of these, guys, is I've snuck in some balance here, right? Because trust me, use it or lose it when it comes to your balance as we get older, right? So work on your balance and the core. Think about the muscles. Tightening, lengthen, exhale. And I got tons of other videos. If you did, actually maybe if you did that 5-day Pilates challenge, or you go click on the video tab, you'll see a lot more exercises for your core on the mat. So today I wanted just to do some standing ones. All right, last one. It's going to work our hip rotators and core. And this is good. I like doing these one leg at a time because quite often we're imbalanced. We're going to come up. We're going to open and in and release. Other side. So we're going to come up. Now put that foot against your calf muscle there and close. I've got my fingertips here just to remind myself that I'm not going to do this. Okay, I'm keeping them square and then down. You can have your arms out. Open, down. So hips, good. Da-na-na. And open, and this is good for our hips. Stand, open. And then just to finish yourself off with, guys, hold a tree pose. Hold that hip open. If you take that hand, you'll feel that butt muscle kind of pop. Tighten your core. Breathe. It's like a standing plank in balance, but you have to work that much harder because we're not down on the ground. We're standing on one leg. Arms can come in, and we're going to bring them up and down. So I'm not kidding you. You are working your core here, guys. And then down, and then switch sides. Again, knee up. Turn out. There we are. It was so sunny, so I put on my shorts, and now it looks like the weather's changing, a little cool. Now one side might be different than the other. Make sure that hip pops, right? I feel it. Balance, side, in. So they should only take you 5 minutes, right? 30 seconds each exercise. I'm wobbling a bit. I can feel that. This side is a little more challenging. And then last one, and you guys are done. So thanks for joining me. This was fun. I had a few good you guys watching. Let me know how it goes. Try those core exercises, and if you like those tips for a mindset, I will be back here next week. If you have any questions, please ask. Have a great weekend.